Hi, I'm Katie and welcome to Heart's Content Farmhouse, where every week I share a new tutorial on bread baking, canning, and other simple living projects. Today I am doing something a little bit different and I want to share one of my very favorite Christmas cookie recipes. This is old-fashioned molasses cookies. And what I want to do is, between now and Christmas, share with you guys some of our favorite holiday recipes, especially Christmas cookies. And this is our absolute favorite. So it is really, when you look at it, it just seems like a basic molasses cookie, but it's probably the recipe that in real life I get asked about the most. Everyone who tries these wants this recipe, and when you make them, I think you will see why. So you'll notice that I use Crisco for this, which is not something that I usually ever cook with, but for these cookies, it really makes a difference in making them extra chewy and having them keep their softness and chewiness for a couple days, which is really just great. So I know Crisco is not the healthiest ingredient, but it really is worth it here. For this recipe, we're going to need 3/4 of a cup of Crisco or any other vegetable shortening, a cup of plain white granulated sugar, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of molasses. I recommend that you get not blackstrap and not the robust flavor, just the regular molasses. 2 cups of regular flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to add a lot of Christmas spices. So I do a heaping teaspoon of ground ginger, a heaping teaspoon of cinnamon, 3/4 of a teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. This is a little bit higher in spice than some of the molasses cookie recipes out there, but I think this is what gives them that, plus the Crisco is what makes them extra special. We're also going to roll these in sparkling sugar, which you can sometimes find at the grocery store with like the cake decorating supplies, but it's actually much less expensive to just buy a big bag of it online. And I will link for you where I get it. I just get it from Amazon, and it's a pretty good deal when you buy just a pound of it. So the first thing we're going to do is beat together the shortening and the sugar until it is light and fluffy. It will change texture. Keep beating until you see that texture change. This is going to take about 3 to 4 minutes at medium speed, and you can do these in a stand mixer or just your hand mixer is going to work fine too. After that, we're going to go ahead and add the egg and then the molasses at the same time and beat them together. And one tip, if you don't like dealing with that sticky molasses measuring cup, just spray it really quick with Pam beforehand. Now in a separate bowl, we're going to mix together our dry ingredients. So this is going to be our flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder, and all of our spices. Just briefly mix those together. And then we need to add that to the sugar and shortening mixture. So we're going to do that about a cup at a time. And each time we add it, just mix it at low until they are thoroughly mixed together. And now the next part is the part I don't want you to skip, or else you're not going to have really like thick and soft cookies. You want to cover your dough and let it chill for at least an hour in the fridge. Then all we have left to do is to bake them. So go ahead and preheat the oven to 375 if you're using a regular oven, or if you have a convection oven, these will do very well in their convection at 350. We're going to scoop them out using a tablespoon cookie scoop. I do love using a cookie scoop, but it's absolutely not essential. If you just want to use a regular spoon, that's obviously fine. And then roll them in that sparkling sugar. This is a great job to give to your kids, and they will do a good job of rolling it. And then we're going to place these just on baking sheets, lined with parchment paper. They spread, so give them a little bit of room. It's going to be 2 baking sheets of cookies here. And then we're going to bake for 9 to 11 minutes. If you want them really, really soft, 9 minutes will do it. If you want a little bit of crispness on the edges, 11 minutes is going to be what you're looking for. You are going to see the tops crack. That's totally fine. It's very beautiful looking. And when they're done, let them cool on a wire rack. So like I said, these will keep quite a few days at room temperature and stay in really good shape. Another option is to freeze them. And if you want to do that, make the balls of dough, put them on a baking sheet, let them freeze as solid balls, and then you can package those up either in a Ziploc bag or like in a food saver. and they will stay fresh, and you can just pop them in the oven and bake them whenever you want. As always, I'm going to put the full recipe in the description box below, and I will also link to where you could print out a copy and have that for yourself. So it's great for really this time of year. Is a great time to start baking them all the way up till Christmas, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.